Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd. So it's my friends over at yarnspirations.com. I'm your host Mikey. Today we're still continuing our Sampler Blues Crochet Afghan. Moving on to section number 10. In section number 10 today we're going to be doing the bobble pattern, which is right here on page number 4. So we have all the latest instructions for that. There's also a crochet diagram which I will cover as well. So we're going to be working through 1 through 8 right here. Let's begin and look at the diagram next. So looking at the latest diagram, we're going to be starting off. Remember that this even numbers are the wrong side and the odd numbers are the right side, just so that you're aware of that. So we're going to be kicking off and we're going to be doing double crochet in here, and then we're going to be working with these posts and etc. and doing the bobbles all the way through. Let's begin as we start off row number 1 in this section. So let's start on number 1. If you're looking at this, you should not see the arrow stitching. You should be looking at the wrong side of the project. So let's begin. We're going to be doing a decrease here, so we are going to get ourselves to 98 double crochets by the end of this row, and currently I believe we're at 107 at this time. So what we need to do is that we need to chain 3, and then we're gonna double crochet starting in the next one in the next 11 stitches. So let's count those out. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And then as soon as you get to the 11, you're gonna skip the next one and just start again. So you're just gonna skip 1, go over and do the next 11, and you're gonna continue to do that all the way across, and it's a total of 8 times to do that more that you'll be doing it. So from this point it's 8 more times to do that. And then what we're going to do is then once you do the final one of skipping, then you just double crochet yourself all the way to the end of the row. So just continue to do that, so you're just skipping a stitch after each 11 are complete. So coming up to the end of row number 1, I gotta skip the next one because I just finished 11. So you're just gonna double crochet yourself then right to the very end, and then that's it. So let's turn our work and begin row number 2 next. So beginning of row number 2, we're going to chain 2, doesn't count as anything if you recall, and you're gonna half double crochet in this one, and you're also gonna half double crochet in the very end of your row as well. But in between, starting in the next one, you're gonna do a back post double crochet in each of the stitches going all the way across. So just coming around the back. At this point in the tutorial you should know already how to do that, and so we're just gonna do a back post double crochet in each stitch and then half double crochet in the very end. I'll see you at the end of row number 2. So coming up to the end of number 2 in the turning chain, you are going to put in a half double crochet and then turn your work to the wrong side again, and let's begin the 3rd row. Let's begin row number 3. Chain up 1 and 1 single crochet in the first one. Now the next one is gonna have 2 things in them, so that each one of the clusters and the single crochet will share the same stitch. So starting in the next one, you start off with a single crochet, and then you're gonna do a cluster. So you're gonna wrap the hook and going into the same one and going in, pull through, and then wrap the hook going into the same one, pull through, and then wrap the hook and do it again and pull through. So you have a lot of stuff here on the hook. So all you need to worry about is that this last one, when you go to yarn over to pull through everything, don't pull through that one. So yarning over, pulling everything but the first loop, and then yarning over, pulling through that. Okay, and I'll show this to you again as well. So after the cluster is complete, just make sure you chain 1, and then you're going to skip 1 stitch and then do it in the next. So single crochet first, and then you are going to do the cluster. So wrap and in, pull through, wrap and in, pull through, wrap and in, pull through, then wrap and pull through everything but the final one. So leave that one out, and then wrap and pull through the final 2, and then chain 1 to move on. So skipping the next one, so single crochet and then do your cluster, so pull through everything but the first loop, yarn over, pull through the final, chain 1, and then move on. So skipping 1 and etc. Please do this all the way across, and I'll see you at the end of row number 3. So at the end of row number 3, you're just going to then, after your last one, just single crochet in the very last stitch that you have. So you gotta skip yours and then turn your work, and let's begin then row number 4. So let's begin row number 4. You're gonna chain up one and you're going to single crochet in the same one and also do a cluster. Pull through and then pull through two and then chain one to jump. So when you jump, what you need to do is that you need to go into the top of the next cluster right here. Do you see it? So single crochet and then do your magic with the cluster. Chain one after and then jump to the top of the next cluster that you have. So single crochet and then cluster. If you're ever unsure, just make sure that you're in the same spot for each stitch and therefore it will never look wrong. So then chain one after and keep on jumping across. I'll see you at the end of row number 4. So I'm coming up all the way to the end of number 4 and I'm just finishing off the last one. So I'm doing a cluster right on top of the last cluster that is available to you. And then after you chain one, you were just going to then single crochet into the very to the last 2 single crochets that are there. Remember that we did those right in the beginning. So we're going to turn our work and let's begin row number 5. So let's begin row number 5. Watch how you start it. So just chain up one and single crochet in the first one and you're going to jump to the top of the next cluster. It seems like a long way away but it's not. So just a single crochet there and then you're going to single crochet into the chain one space. So see it's right here before the next cluster. So single crochet there and then the top of the cluster and then that's where you're gonna play the whole thing. So just in the space and then the top of the cluster. So space and then top of the cluster and do that all the way across. I'll see you at the end of the row. Make sure you watch how you finish, which I'll see you there in just a moment. This is row number 5. Once you come to the other side, you're going to notice is that you're going to be in the space just before the last cluster. So just here's the last cluster here. So go right into the space and then you have the cluster here and all you're just going to do is reach over to the single crochet here. It's the very last one and then turn your work and then we'll begin row number 6. Row number 6 is what you already know. So you're just gonna chain 3 and starting in the next one you're going to double crochet yourself all the way across and I'll see you at the end of this row is the double crochet row number 6. Coming up to the very end just double crochet right to the end and then turn your work and we're gonna do row number 7. In row number 7 we're just going to chain 2, won't count as anything and you're gonna half double crochet in the first one. You'll also half double crochet in the very last stitch too. So the very next ones then should be a front post double crochet and you're gonna do that then all the way across and then you're gonna half double crochet right at the very end stitch. Let's do that and I'll see you back here in just a moment. So coming to the end of row number 7 and I'm just going to half double crochet into the turning chain. One more row to go before we finish this section here and so you can see that the bobbles are falling into a ridge section. I don't know if you can see that here on camera. So let's begin the final row and all we're just going to do then, we're currently at 98 stitches so we just have to add one more stitch to be added and we're gonna add that at the very end. So just chaining up one and just apply one single crochet in the first one and then one into each except for the very last stitch you want to put 2 single crochets in there. So I'll see you there in just a moment. So don't forget the very final stitch is going to have 2 single crochets in it and that will take you back to 99 stitches which is what you need for the next section and I will see you in the next video as we continue and do the final section of this before doing the edging and then the fringe. So I'll see you next time and have a good day.